Hello everybody. This short video is just a quick look at how you can set up and manage passwords and users and passwords in your Ubuntu system. If you look up at the top on our main menu bar, we have Applications, Places, and System. Let's go over and take a look at the System menu. There are two menu groups under here, Preferences and Administration. The Preferences menu is really just for setting up things that are appearance and aspects of an account that are local to a user, and we're going to skip those for the moment, but instead we're going to drop over to the administration group. Here are a bunch of utilities or applications that you can run that let you affect things that are system-wide. So for the purpose of this little discussion, let's drop all the way down to the users and groups, and we get a dialog for that. You'll notice, of course, on mine I have just one user called Steve, for user plain text name Steve Robinette. We're going to go ahead in this demo and add a user. Now before I click the add button down here, you can see I'm going to mention that you'll be prompted to give a administrator's password to authenticate. This is the same password that you've put on your existing one user. In other words, for me, my password for user Steve is going to be the same one for authenticating against the machine. The difference here, what makes this a little bit different in Ubuntu is that if you've installed, when you did your initial install, you had to pick a user to install. Ubuntu automatically assumes that that's going to be the administrator user as well, and it has administrator privileges. So on this example, I'm just able to use Steve and Steve's password for authenticating. It'll be a different scene in a bigger system with lots of users. So first I click add and it asks me for the password. So I'm going to key in my Steve password and he authenticates that fine and takes me to the create new user. So let's just say that the user's name is sample student. And you'll notice that Ubuntu automatically generates a username of samples. That's because you took the name sample, pushed it all down to lowercase, and then took the S from student and tacked it onto the end. So it's really sample S, if you will. Just following the convention of a first name, last initial. You can, of course, change that here to be simply, if I want, I might just decide that I want to call that user student, and that's fine. So I can click OK to that, and I'm asked to put in a password. Now I'm going to use a password of ITS224, and the I in ITS is uppercase, so I have to confirm uppercase ITS224, and I'll click OK. That's actually a lousy password, and I think we all can appreciate that. It's got some known parts of the string, as in ITS. It's not very long. It doesn't use special characters. It does have at least one piece of mixed case, but we'll concern ourselves with that later. The point is I want to show you now that I have two accounts on this machine, Steve and one called student, and I can do a close. And in fact, I'm going to go up now and log out. And I'm going to log out everything. And what this really does is it shuts down and then starts up a brand new GNOME desktop session. So now sample student is going to get logged in, and I'm going to put in his uppercase ITS224 and log that student in. And so now I can tell that I'm student by looking up here at the top and seeing that my username is here. It'll also be apparent when I go to the home folder, for example. And now I'm in a home folder for student, and notice that student has all of the same things that the other account, the account that you built, has. So these are really identical, parallel looking accounts in terms of their structure. And I can now, of course, log out. I'll go through the same set of steps again. I'll be brought back, and now I can then go in and log in as Steve. Password as well. Here comes the music. And we're now back to being a regular account. So this is just a quick look of how you can add users. That same path will let you delete users. This is just enough to get you started with the idea of different users. We're going to be creating some of our own multiple users on our system so we can work at play some things with administration. So hope this is a good start to it, and I'll be talking again to you soon. Thanks. Bye.